What's up, party people? It's Nickky Bobby with Nickky Bobby Inc. We're back. It is not New Year's yet. Tomorrow it's New Year's Eve, but today I'm working on Uncle Sam to get him ready for sick week. Now I'm going to be installing a restrictor inside the case of my Power Glide. I watched Turbo John. He taught me how to do it on YouTube. I know how to do it now. I put a dump valve in last year. If you guys can remember the few videos Uncle Sam had before he blew up, he spooled like a turtle. So today I'm putting in a restrictor, so my dump valve will actually work because I didn't put a restrictor in because I'm an idiot. But that's besides the fact. So put in the restrictor, and then we're going to put it on the brake for the first time. Now, my last video was just us dissecting the blown up motor, but a lot's happened since then. And Uncle Sam's got a new heart in it. It's another 388 from Northwest Auto and Machine. This one has Wiseco boost line, or not Wiseco, but just I think they used to be Wiseco, but now they're just boost line rods. They're not the junk rods. We figured out the rods, they just can't handle. There's a lot of other people that have had the issues that I've had. Those Liberty Performance rods, they just, I don't know, but they don't take what you throw at them. I'm pretty sure stock rods handle more than those, but that was what happened. That was the failure. The rest of the motor looks good, and I've got another guy. He's sending me an engine block. I sent freight today for it. He blew up a rod, but if I use a smaller stroke, which is what I'm using, I can use the block. He gave it to me for $300, which is a steal. It's 10 times less than what they cost, more than 10 times less than what they cost new. But we'll put all that other stuff in another motor, or in that block, to use it for either a backup motor or use it for a very low power street engine. I do have aluminum rods, so maybe we'll throw the aluminum rods with the other pistons in that block. So that way I have a good backup motor. Even though I'd honestly, if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I'd love to put an aluminum big block in Uncle Sam, but we'll talk about all that later. This week, we're getting Uncle Sam ready. Cort has been busy doing the deal on the trailer. Him and Karina tag teamed this. They put new wheel bearings and strengthened the axle and got me a spare tire. So the little trailer is ready to go. No concerns about that thing. That's probably going to bite me in the butt because I said it. I've got a new phone. If you can notice, the video quality is probably a little bit better. I bought a brand new phone just to up my video game because my old Obama phone was just not doing it anymore. Alex got me 2 new GoPros for Christmas, and I bought the same drone that Dennis got for Christmas and new microphones. So I'm really trying to step my video game up. I hope you guys appreciate it. Yeah, there's so much new going on. So Uncle Sam, he's going to be back in action, and we've got new Uncle Sam shirts coming out. I'll put a picture of them in the video. I'll even give you a link so you can go pre-order them. They're going to be here the 2nd or 3rd week of January, which I will be going on sick week. So I'm just going to play it safe and say they won't ship until early February, but if you buy. If you don't, that's okay. You can wait till then to buy. No big deal. I've already paid for the shirts. They're already ordered. I'm just waiting till after New Year's to get them because the guys are backed up for Christmas, which everybody seems to be backed up. That's the other thing. We've got the 4-link S10 suspension stuff going on. I'm getting prototype parts in, but Bruner's laser's been down. He's just trying to keep his head above water. So I had to reach out to Send and Oshcut. I didn't reach out. I actually just ordered stuff. I'm starting to get, I've got one metal piece on here. We're making progress. All my other stuff should be here by the end of the week. So this week's a big week. I get to put Uncle Sam on a 2-step today. We're getting the S10 parts in. My dad might even come down and help out a little bit. And there's just a lot of other stuff going on. We're busy. And that's how I enjoy it. So I'll set you guys up on a time lapse. Try to get you the best view that I can because we're still jack stand jimmying it over here. So space and light is limited, but I'll try to explain what I'm doing the best way possible. Basically what I'm doing is I'm going to drop my valve body and the circuit that charges my converter. I'm going to figure out which one of these little freeze plugs that I ordered all types of different sizes for melting. I'm going to figure out which one of those I can press into the case and then drill an 1/8 inch hole in. So that way I have 125 thousandths restrictor in there, which will allow my dump valve to actually work. Because the car never really 60-footed as good with this 1545 as it did with my 1445, which 1445, whew, that boy's tight. But that's what you gotta have with the big tires. So put the 1445 back in it, and hopefully dump valve loosens it up. I never had problems spooling with 427, but that last 388, and it could have had something to do with the camshaft overlap. I don't know I don't know the magic of cams yet. I'm still learning. But this one, hopefully, will spool better, especially with the dump valve. Should help it out even more. So I'm gonna get to work. My arm's getting tired from holding this phone like this, and you guys can follow along. All right, I got my plug done here. I sanded it down and drilled a 125 thousandths hole. The plug is going to go right where that meets the case. It's gonna go in the case to restrict this feed hole there. And that's gonna hopefully do the trick with my spooling issue. So I'm gonna get this put back in. I got this thing all cleaned up and deburred and all that. So gonna get her put back in there, see if I can press it in with this socket that fits the OD pretty much perfect. I'm gonna try to press it, aka tap it in there with a hammer with the socket, and see if I can get it up in the case. That way it doesn't screw up the flange surface of the valve body. So let me get back to work. Alrighty, you can see that worked perfectly. Popped it right up in there, and now I can just slap everything back together. That thing, nice, tight press fit. It just honestly couldn't work better. So I'm gonna get this thing put back together. All right, I got some trans fluid in it. I've got the restrictors in, the valve body's back on, the pan's back up. It's on jack stands. I've got M1 in it now. I'm switching from N5 to M1 because M5 is a little hit or miss, I'll say. I put a bolt in where my dipstick goes. I need to make a note to buy a dipstick and not forget that because it was leaking oil everywhere. Other than that, I took my cord out and put it in Johnny because I stole the cord out of Johnny for my car because my cord went to some other car. So I don't have a cord right now and I can't even find my laptop. So I'm actually gonna go over some settings on my Holly Dash to try to change the two-step a little bit. I've got it set to try to make 20 pounds of boost. I don't wanna make that much right now. So I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, turn off some of my 1D tables I have for boost building and see how it goes. So here we go. Okay, so I'm going to my advanced tables, my 1D tables. This is just a boost builder table. I have it to pull timing until I get to the certain boost I want. I had it set to leave on 18 pounds. I really only wanted to make like 10 or 11, so we're gonna set that. And then we're gonna go back. Timing offset, that's disabled. Real limiter number 1 offset is enabled. I'm gonna add 1,000 RPM. I don't want it to have that much. Oops. We don't want. So I'm okay if it comes down at 9 pounds. Again, this isn't exact math because this doesn't really matter. can't get it right. I can touch it, I think. Normally you can touch it and set with the, like a pad. This is just a rev limiter offset, so that way it basically adds RPM to my two-step until I meet my desired boost, and it starts bringing my rev limiter back down. That's why you hear cars that go, pop, they add a bunch of RPM to the build boost, and they bring it right back down, so that way you can keep your launch RPM lower. Don't need any of that. Boost, target. Let's go for, actually, we'll go for 13 pounds on the dome. Boost builder disabled. I'm just looking over all this because it wasn't running very good. Oops. We'll just see how it does with that. All right, here we go. I'm gonna let it warm up for a second, so I'll be back. Spot on the table. All right, let's try some boosties. You guys ready for boosties? All right, trans brake boosty, try number 1. Stand by. All right, trans brake boosties, try number 2. We have trans fluid this time. Let's see how it goes. Boost control works. Not too bad. That's something I can work with. Not too shabby at all.